Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another Art Yip Yap session. Now listen to my words. We're gonna keep this arrangement going. I feel like we gotta be honest with each other. And quite honestly, I am this close to yeeting myself off a Burger King rooftop, okay? I have had quite the day. Quite the day. Not only are people testing my patience, but I have done this painting twice. I have tried to record this video twice. And my phone has decided to just stop recording halfway through twice. So, I have been told by many people that third time is the lucky, is a lucky charm or something. It sounds like a bunch of tomfoolery and just straight nonsense, but what do we got to lose? We're going to try to get this done very quickly. In the Discord, that the link is in the description for the Discord, yada, 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 subscribe, follow, whatever I'm supposed to say. The theme in the Discord has been eyeballs. We've been really fucking with the eyes lately, okay? So, we're going to do that, and someone also asked about portals. Have I ever done portals? The answer is yes, many times. I've lost count. So we're going to kind of combine the two. This is a kind of a design that I used to actually run with a lot back in the day. About 5-6 years ago, this was like all I would paint. It was a lot of fun, and I hope you guys also find fun with this. So, planet stencil in the middle. This is a 22 by 28 gloss poster board, by the way. But we need a circle right in the middle. Now, the last two that I did, we did color, okay? And I gotta be honest with you, I'm fucking over it. I'm done with color. So we're gonna do black and white for this, I think. Or at least we're gonna try to. But this is a lot of fun. You can be as creative as you want. If you want to do a space thing right here, you can do a space thing. If you want to do a nature thing, you can do a nature thing. I think we're going to do... let's do a bit of both, eh? Let's do a bit of both. So let's throw a little bit of white right there. A little bit of black right there. We'll do a moon, and then we'll do a pretty nature scene. So, I need a magazine. Yes, magazine. Here we go. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Boom. Perfect. Yeah, let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. I need... Excuse me while I try to find a stencil that's appropriate. I don't think I have one, actually. So wait a minute. We're going to have to make this work. So let's do a shit ton of shading, and then we'll do a highlight. We'll just use the hand as a guide. Is that good enough? I think that's good enough. Yes. Boom. Perfect. All right. We are going to use some gray. So black, white, and gray, I guess. And the whole idea here is we're going to do... I'm going to have like a river or something, and it's going to lead to a waterfall that comes out of the eye, almost like it's crying. Right? Crying. Boo-hoo. That's big. That's legit how I fucking feel today. I'm losing it. But let's try to darken up the edges, because I kind of like when the... What the fuck is this eye? The big circle part of the eye. Whatever the fuck that's called. I like when it's a bit darker. I usually touch up on that afterward, but we can totally just try to implement it now. Alright. I ain't gonna try to do too much with the sky. Too much work. So, let's try to just put... I'm telling you, people testing my patience. What is this? Testing my patience. Get another cap. Perfect. And then let's also throw a bunch of stars in here. I don't want to spend too much time on this just because, once again, I don't trust my phone to actually stay with me for a long period of time. That's great. That's fabulous. Whoop. Let's go ahead. I'll just leave that there for now. We're going to grab some trash, right? Poster board. Just poster board with a flat side to it. And what we're going to do is just kind of some silhouetted mountains, I guess. So I'm going to spray some black, right about here, right? And we're going to go ahead and make some triangles. I do want one in front. Hello? Where'd you go? Kind of want one right there in front of the mountain, or in front of the moon. A mountain in front of the moon. There you go. Forgive me. I'm tired, I think. I think I just need a fucking ginger ale and a nap. Alright. We're not going to try to do too much here. No, no sir. Wow, look at that. And what we're going to do is we're just going to keep swiping. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Land. That is what that is. Let's do a little bit more. Remember, I want a waterfall right here, so I'm going to leave an opening right there. Let's do a tree as well. We can use a palette knife. If you want to coat the palette knife in black, go for it. But I'm just going to go ahead and get a sort of line down for a trunk right there. And we'll have one on each side. So we'll have another one right there. We do plants and all that good stuff later. Oh, let's get a mist back there, right? Because it looks a bit flat just the way that it is. So let's get a little mist right below those mountains. Actually, let's use the hand. Right, for some clouds, mist, fog, whatever you want to call it. Pretty. All right. Cool. And then also, let's get some little white lines, some ripples. Get more trash. More trash, flat side or flat-ish side. We're going to load it up with some white, and where land meets water, gets a little white line, and not the illegal kind. That's all right. That's all right. Get off. Okay, here we go. Synthetic sponge is what the art people call it. Everyone else, I've heard grouting sponge, general all-purpose sponge is usually what I see. We're going to coat it up with some black. Now these are going to be close-up trees, so we don't really got to worry too much about the shape of it. But I do like when it's a bit thinner, sharper, cleaner on one side, if that makes sense. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch it. Pinch, like so. All right? And very gently, starting from the top, we're just going to zigzag. Zigzag, back and forth, right? And you get that big old mess right there. Now as I go down the trunk of the tree, we're going to open this up slowly, little by little, right? Making that zigzag. So I'm going to coat it up with some more black. So we're pinched. Right, and as we work our way down, we come out a little bit more as we work our way down. Oh, wow, joy. Man, if something goes wrong, I am gonna fucking lose it. I am just there. Heed my warning, ho. I am there. Okay, let's remember, the more random that it be, the better it is in every single way, because nature is random, and also it saves us the trouble of trying to go back and make things perfect. Yeah, that looks great. That looks stellar. That's awesome. Let's add a little bit of a mist right there at the bottom of the eye part, the part of the eye that whatever. Find your distance. Remember, you don't want something too solid. It's just a mist, right? And your distance is going to be different than mine, right? Depending on your environment. Is it windy? Right? If it's windy, you might have to kiss the canvas a little bit. If it's not, you can pull it back a bit more. If you got a soft cap, you can get away with a lot. If not, you're going to have to deal with it. It's just the thing you got to experiment, is basically what I'm saying. All right. I think we actually did pretty good, but we're going to have to cut off that tree, which is all sorts of fucking depressing, really. That looks pretty centered. The whites of the eyes. Let's get around this stencil really nice. And we just need to hit the sides here. Let's use the other one. Don't fucking do it. I'm shaking my head right now. No. Okay, now, the whites of eyes are usually not actually white because of reflections and all that other goodly gook. So, since we're just doing black and white, I'm going to pick gray, I guess. And I'm just going to add a little mist of something besides white. Blue is a nice choice if you're going to do color. I'm just going to hit the side here. And it's not too different. It's a very light gray. You could put a darker gray in here as well, maybe around the corners. And I'm holding the can far away. As I've said a billion times, we got to find our distance. Okay. Now, if you feel that you need an eye stencil, go ahead and make yourself an eye stencil. Oh, that's nasty. We're gonna touch up on the outline there. If you're worried about freehanding the eye, that's fine. Go ahead and let this dry, and then go ahead and cut out an eyeball stencil shape thingy majiggy. If you're willing to give it a go for the freehand, I believe in you. I have faith in you. Have faith in yourself. What I do, windshield wipers, right? Elbow, yes. Rotate. Windshield wipers. It's basically the best way that I can describe it. And then if you need to flip it around and do it the other way, absolutely can. I've done so many of these fucking things that I don't really need to do that at this point. Okay, now, we are just going to fill the rest in black. We're just going to fill the rest in black. So let's see. I think I have a little bit of juice left in here. Now, the concept of this was inspired because, believe it or not, I know this is hard to believe, but I don't have friends. No, sir. And I used to play video games all the time when I was younger. And one of my favorites, and this is not up for debate, the best Call of Duty all time is Black Ops 2. And you guys can debate about a lot of things. Please, be my guest. You can debate about me, my skill, my yip-yap abilities. Okay, but we're not going to debate about the best Call of Duty of all time. It is Black Ops 2. And there was, for those of you who have never played, there was an emblem system in which people were oh so creative and definitely did not make any inappropriate images whatsoever. But you were able to make pictures basically and attach to your profile. And this was a really popular one. It was a black and white eye. It didn't have like an image in it. It was just a normal eye, but it was gorgeous and I loved it very much. And that is where the inspiration came from this. And I've made so many paintings like this. So if it looks familiar, that's why. It's because you too probably did not have friends. And you sat there for thousands of hours playing Black Ops 2. So at this point, we're going to do... And I do like to make sure that this background is like pretty solid and clean because we're not really going to do a whole lot else here. Except what we're going to do is get some more trash. And you want it to have... Whoops, I just dropped all my magazines on the dirty ground. What we need is another piece of trash, another piece of poster board with a flat side to it. These all look abysmal, but I guess this side looks the best. I'm just going to tear it off. And I'm going to use this as a guide for, I don't know if it's like an eyebrow or eyeshadow. I have no fucking clue what this thing is. But we're going to kind of guide a little thing here. I think we're actually going to go with, let's try with the dark gray and see where that leads us. If it doesn't lead us to a nice, beautiful spot, like I'm hoping it will, we'll just lighten her up. Just lighten her up, right? And I'm just spraying the tool here and I'm kind of curving it as best I can. This piece of trash sucks. I think it's just because it's humid, it like warped the poster. But we just need it to be a guide. And we're gonna just make a nice arch. And I like to just keep adding lines. You can fill it in solid if you want. I just don't care for it that way. And leave the overspray. Oh, also it starts thinner and then it gets thicker towards the back, yeah. I hope my big head's not in the way, I'm sorry. I'm trying to hang back a little. Okay, I think we might add a little bit of white. This fucking trash sucks. It's a skill issue. I'm not gonna blame the tool. Okay, we spent a lot of fucking time on this bit and I'm getting agitated with myself. So, there we go. We can shape it up a little bit with black later. Also down here, I'm not going to be precise whatsoever. I know the painting is a bit too big for the frame, sorry. But we're going to do a thing right here, a little thing right here, and it kind of goes with the curvature of the eye. See? It flows all together very nicely. Also remember, wipe off your trash. You don't want this to drip onto your painting. So yeah, I think we are going to lighten her up a little bit. Let's go with... Oh shit. Whoa. Hold on, my crates almost fell over. Okay, so let's go ahead and lighten her up with just a little bit of light gray. Maybe we'll add a little bit of lines down here. Boom. And now let's take that black, and I'm just going to shape up. I don't like how it goes all the way to the edge, so I'm just going to hit some black over there. And this is a little rough up here. So we're just going to shape it up. All right. Yeah, we can get back to that later if we decide that we want to add something or whatnot. Now, this is something that is kind of, I guess, kind of falls under pretty. I feel as if in spray paint art there's typically clean and pretty and like street and sloppy. I do a lot of street and sloppy myself. But that's going to affect how we do this next bit here after this, after this little thing right here. I'm going to curve this so it aligns with the circle thingy, and I'm going to spray some black here just to add a darker outline over here. Yes. Okay. So splatter. We're gonna do some like kind of star things, just kind of add something to this whole fucking thing here, because all the black is depressing. So let's take some white. Since this falls a little bit, I guess, more under, it's kind of in between, but it falls more under like pretty and I guess kind of clean. I'm gonna go for fine specks here, right? So I'm flicking off to the side a few times to get those finer, but basically how we do the stars. Now, if it were more of like a really sloppy street style sort of thing, which maybe this is, I don't fucking know anymore, then I would just kind of go for it and let it be messy, and I wouldn't really care too much about flicking to the side first. Hope that makes sense. I know people kind of want to hear what's going on in my brain, and it's this. It is a bunch of shit that makes absolutely no sense, but that looks good. So let's do, we are going to do eyelashes. Insert SpongeBob meme. Oh no, I'm not editing this video, absolutely not. We're going to do eyelashes, but I'm thinking we're going to save that. Let's do the waterfall. So we can use this tool. Get another piece of trash. We can use a flat side, that's fine. Flat-ish side will work. We're going to spray some white off to the side. And remember, kids, slow and steady is a bunch of bullshit. A bunch of propaganda told to you by parents and teachers to hold you back. All right? It's a bunch of nonsense, right? Full send it. Just full send it. Okay? Slow and steady is indeed not steady when it comes to this. Okay, so just go for it. I do want to bring just a little bit down. We are going to add some Splish Splash, but I want to bring that down a little bit. Nice. Speaking of Splish Splash, let's go ahead and do that. You can get a putty knife. I'm just going to take the trash, hold it straight, as straight as I can. All right, we're just getting some little lines down there. We can even do some more flicks. Splish to the splash. Yes, sir. Why not? Just do what feels right. Do what feels right, man. And now, I want to do, I was sitting on the highlights that we did on top of the dark gray, and I don't like it at all. It's really bothering me. So, let me tear this bit off right here. That bit's pissing me off. Okay, so let's go over this just one more time. Sorry, I had buttered you guys. My bad. We don't need to get rid of it, but I do want to darken it up a little with that dark gray again. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Now for the eyelashes, this is where overspray would have really come in handy, but we didn't get a whole lot. So, I think we're just going to go for it anyway. What you would want, what I mean here, is overspray down here would have been very nice, because then the eyelashes would really pop. So when you're going back and you're trying to touch up with the black, leave the bottom bit or the top, well, it's the top of the eye, bottom of whatever the fuck this thing is. Leave that alone, because the overspray is going to help you a lot here. Now, once again, we're just going to use trash for this. We're just going to use trash. We're going to grab some black. We're going to curve it in eyelash formation. And we are going to go for it. Now, if you are a perfectionist and you are for some reason doing this art form instead of any other one, which would make sense, what I would recommend is you grab something to basically protect your eyeball. Because what happens sometimes is the black lines of the eyelashes will go into the eye whites. And it happens, and I've grown to just not care. Like, if it happens, it happens. I have to turn this around because I'm a basic bitch and I'm right-handed. Hold on. My gloves are sticking to everything. Whoop. So if you want to protect it and you want to make sure you don't get those like black lines that go into your eye whites, then you can go ahead and cover it up if that's something you're worried about. If you're not worried, just fucking do this shit, right? We're just going across, and I'm holding it at different angles, but I guess I'm kind of keeping the curve the same. Not that I think that really matters. But you just want to have that curve there. And what I'm also going to do, I wish we would have had more overspray. You can kind of see it. I don't know if you could see it on the camera. You can kind of see it in person. But it would have been better if we had a bunch of overspray. What I am going to do is add a cushion of black here. So I'm going to curve this as best I can with the curvature of the eye. And I'm just going to spray some black down. Give it that little cushion. Whoops. Very cool. Okay. I think we've done a fantastic job so far. One last thing I want to do is I like to outline one side of the eye. So we could do either side here. And then we could even scrape in into the eyelashes, which would define them a bit more, but also, I don't know, I don't know the word. I have my doubts on how well that would work, I guess. So let's, I guess, go ahead and outline the bottom. So I'm going to hold it this way. And what we're going to need here is the secret sauce. Oh, one thing I want to do. I like birds. I know many people don't like my birds, but that just makes me want to do the birds even more. More trash. With yet another flat side. Like so. And we're just going to fold her up. We're going to give it a good old pinch right there. And we want that shape. I like that shape. That's the... Wait, are we doing comets? What the fuck did I say we were doing? I'm completely lost at this point. I was doing birds, right? I was doing birds. So never mind. I'm just going to fold this in half. I think that was the last painting. I did comets. And the whole idea is when we spray black, we tilt it down. It becomes like a fountain pen sort of thing. Sort of deal. I don't want these to be too big, so let's get the excess paint off to the side. And I like my birds to be like wavy. Just kind of the style that I guess I grew up with, or I learned with, I should say. Yeah, that's great. Awesome. Right. Oh, secret sauce. Right. Just some clear coat to re-wet this paint. I'm going to try to skip over the waterfall there because I don't want to go over it. I don't like the idea of going over the waterfall multiple times because then it becomes very solid. So full send it. Just going to carve out the bottom. I think it would pick up somewhere around there. Yep. And then the eyes have that thingy. Hold on, I know the frame is tiny. The eyes have that little thingy right there. Yep. And then I like to do the corners as well. Regardless of what side I outline, I like to do the corners as well. That looks great. Yeah, it's a little off right here. We'll just leave it. It's fine. I'll just leave it. I think that's about it, dog. I think that's about it. I hope my phone is still going. In that case, wow. Lord Angel Anarius be with me, I guess. Let's seal her up with one final coat. Am I forgetting something? Did I forget something here? Oh, let's add a bit, if we're still going, fuck it, right? Like if we're still going here. Let's add some more plants and stuff in here. Make it a little bit more purty. All right, we could just scrape in. All right, I just threw some secret sauce down. All right, to re-wet that paint, we can go ahead and flick in some grass. And I don't want to do anything down here, but we could do stuff up here for sure, right? We could do more grass. We could do line, 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 line. Stack of rocks. That was a pathetic stack of rocks. We can even do, let's do gray. So let's grab that sponge and we're gonna do gray because we already have the black there for the ground. So we're gonna do, I have 2 shades of gray here. Fancy me, I got 2 shades of gray. Look at me go. I have the darker gray and then the slightly lighter gray on top. And we're just gonna, just tap real lightly. Just to add a little something, something. Add some bushes, some plants. Gonna add just a little bit more. Maybe this one will kind of stick up a little bit. We can even put some more lines in front of that. I think that's about it, Doug. Okay, for real this time. So line, 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 line. In case you're wondering, I'm losing my fucking mind. Okay, now we're gonna seal her up. Yes. Wonderful. Oh, wow, amethyst. That is so nice. Yep. Thank the creative people of Black Ops 2. This is wonderful. I'm gonna move this around so you can see it. And as I think I mentioned earlier, there is a Discord. I don't check comments anymore. It's a pain in the ass, and it's just exhausting. You guys, YouTube is exhausting. But if you have any questions, you're interested in spray paint art, or you just want to show off your stuff, you're looking for feedback, whatever it is, all skill levels, there's a Discord in the description below that you may join, and I highly encourage it, especially if you are trying to learn something. But yeah, hey, this actually might be, out of all 3 of these that I did, and I'll post all of them to my Instagram or whatever, out of all 3 of them, I think this might have been my favorite one, mostly because, oh, wait a minute, hold on. I just realized I didn't darken this side of the circle thingy. This was like the biggest kind of, I don't want to say I don't give a fuck painting, but like I don't really give a fuck how it turns out painting. Yeah, I completely forgot about this. No, we need a little bit more. Okay, now we're done. All right, well, that is all that I have. I hope to see you all. If you guys, for some reason, enjoyed this, I will see you guys next week on Saturday. Toodaloo.